Thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. Hang murderers. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como yé. God save the Queen.
It is Monday, August 28, 2017. Broadcasting live from IL Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, everybody knows it by now, I'm a member of the Catholic Christian community. Today, I shall have two special guests from, I like to say it this way, BEC Union. But you know how sophisticated the country is. They changed BEC name to BPL. So I'm going to call it the BPL Union, but they will tell us the correct name when I do introduce them. Well, folks, it is a sad, sad day in the country. Marvin Dames, his crime-fighting initiative is failing us. Well, you might say, I'm only saying it because there were two murders. You might have known by now that on Saturday night, in the heart of the Bainstown constituency, you know, Bainstown and Grantstown, they are combined. Well, through Dumping Ground Way, a Negro male was gunned down around 9 p.m. on Saturday night. And guess who the suspect is? Another Negro man. I don't know if anyone told Marvin Dames, but by the time that murder had occurred, very early this morning, around 3 a.m., a Negro thug arrived outside of a home, according to Negro sources, where he abducted a Negro man, entered his home, where he shot the Negro man, the Negro woman, and a Negro infant. And a major discrepancy arose as to the age of the Negro infant child. But it's sad for me to report that the child is dead. Some sources say that the Negro child was 8 months old, but other Negro residents of the community says it is an 18-month-old child. So that is sad. But I know what y'all gonna say. Y'all gonna say I shouldn't put that on Marvin Dames. My clocks are off, so I can't time myself. Okay, that's what you want to say? Well, this morning at Elizabeth Clinic, would you believe it? A prisoner escaped. You heard me? He escaped. He break off run, and a Negro male whose name I have, but I shall not call it, he picked the prisoner up, and somehow sources say the prisoner was able to change his clothes. I'm unable to time myself. And he changed his clothes, and he appeared to have been lost. And as he walked along Charles Sanders Highway, two alert prison recruits, according to reports, were heading in the opposite direction. And when he looked, he turned to the other prison overseer and said, according to sources, that looked like one of our inmates. We better just grab him. So they grabbed him, took him back to the prison. I don't know if anybody told Marvin, but I might as well be the Minister of National Security because we are in trouble, and I think I have the solution. I'll be right back after.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. I have two special guests. I shall introduce them after I finish rowing and cursing and carrying on. Then I'll bring them on. Okay? Now, today, in the capital of New Providence, appeared before me a 69-year-old Negro woman who solemnly affirmed that, one, she is 69, and that she's a citizen of the Bahamas. And she has claimed that a friend of mine, who happens to be a minister in the Free National Movement government, who happens to be a friend not only of me, but of Papa Hubert Ingram, Brensel Roll. Brensel Roll, I am upset that you have not assisted the 69-year-old resident of your constituency with the repairment to her roof. Her roof is leaking, Brensel, and I'm disturbed. I call upon you as a freedom fighter, as an F&M extraordinaire, as a disciple of Hubert Alexander Ingram, to look out for this woman. I'm going to reveal her name to you, and you are not to victimize her, okay? Because Papa didn't teach us to victimize citizens. So the Negro lady who appeared before me, her name is Virginia Curry. I was shocked when she told me that her name was Virginia Curry, because my paternal great-great-great-grandmother is Virginia Ann Curry. And I questioned her. And when she finished answering those questions, she's related to my daddy. She's 69. Brensel, would you please help Virginia Ann Curry? Because on Saturday, we are marching. And I've called on all the people them. If the F&M ain't repair your roof yet, come and march. If they ain't give you VAT relief, come and march. Whatever the problem is, march. Today, also, in the Eastern District of the island, appeared before me a Negro man from Eleuthera who has given me a story of a woman who suffered a brain injury. And according to him, the government pussyfooted as the private ambulance charged $6,000 and they couldn't afford it. And they had to wait the following day, to catch a plane to Nassau. Something is fundamentally wrong with that, taking into consideration that Dr. Minnis might not be aware that I'm aware that he's given a juicy contract to the people them who flew him around the islands during the campaign. Now you might want to know, Dr. Minnis, how I knew. An Aberconian pilot complained to me in June. And after he told me who he was, I recommended that he should go and see Papa and tell Papa what you did to him. All right? Something is wrong. And Hank Johnson, you should hang your head in shame that a constituent, all woman, and you did nothing to help her. Don't you remember what time it is? It's the people's time. So I thought I should point that out. I have some special people I'm going to give a shout out to quickly because they have professed it, that they are some of the women them. I met a law student by the name of, what is her name? Tony Wallace, a wonderful Negro woman. She declared that she's one of the women them and that she's going to march with us. So Tony Wallace, I'm proud of you. And then, of course, a special shout out to Miss Cleome Ramsey and Miss Dorothy Major. there's some of the women them. They're coming to march. And then there is Patricia Wilson, and she asked me, and her daughter asked me to give a special shout out to Patricia Wilson because her mom is one of the women them, and her daughter is Teresa Dorset. Teresa, you are a wonderful woman. And today I had to go by the hospital because my wife isn't feeling too well. And fortunately, I went to the X-ray department where I met a wonderful Negro lady who assisted me, Miss Nira Pender. And she claims that she's a clerk. But I got the impression that she was greater than a clerk. And I want to thank you for the kind services that you provided. And then I met a Jamaican who told me he was a sawyer. And I said to him, listen, all the Jamaicans are my family. I'm an international man. So that is powerful. And then, of course, I want to extend a belated happy birthday to Mrs. Visna Bow McKay. She's a wonderful woman who hails from Rocos Point in Exuma. Her birthday was on Saturday. And of course, interestingly enough, Saturday, the 26th of August, was the anniversary of the death of the late Sir Lyndon Oscar Pending, 17 years ago on Saturday. And then, of course, my paternal aunt, Angela Moncur Davis, it was for her on Saturday, her 31st death anniversary. So, Mrs. Visna Bow McKay, listen, I'm coming by your office tomorrow. Please have a little piece of cake for me. And then, of course, there is Miss Sharon Cooper. She's one of the women them. She is the niece of the Bahamas ambassador to Haiti, Jeffrey August William. And notwithstanding that Jeff is F&M and is on his way to Haiti, his niece is one of the women them. I also want to salute Mrs. Face at Awaki and Shali Roll and Mo Martin. So I give those special shout outs so that I can start with my special guest. But before I start, I want Mr. Wells. What is the Minister of Agriculture name? Do y'all know? Well, his name is Renwood Wells.
Yeah.
Renwood, I went to Awaki last night, and in the back of the stall is a national disgrace. I've never seen more garbage and rat. The kind of rat I see there, I'm thinking about whether or not I could go into business catching rat. Would you please do me a favor with your nasty self? Get the garbage truck to go and move all those garbage. All right? Too much garbage in the back there. For goodness sake. You better stop it before I write the American ambassador and tell her that she needs to do another travel alert because at Awaki, it is too much garbage. So having said that, let me do my first little introduction before this break and then the show. You would recall that there are major controversy taking place at BEC. Y'all call it BPL, but y'all know what I mean. And so people have been suspended, brought back, and the workers are being fired. So it's a major controversy, and I sense that the union is getting ready to once again tread that historic Rocky Burma Road. So let me start off by introducing the Secretary General of the union, Miss Astrid Bodie, who has declared to me that she is one of the women them. Miss Bodie, welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you, Mr. Moncur.
And I want you to speak louder. Do not be afraid, because I shall protect you. And then, of course, I have Mr. Antonio Dane. He is the chief shop steward. Mr. Dane, look at camera 3. Welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you very much, Mr. Monco.
Okay, don't be intimidated. Talk loud so that my people
Can hear.
can hear you. Okay? So, you all two are officers of the union. We hear of all kind of money being stolen from the union. I mean, from BEC, BPL.
But, Mr. Monker, the money wasn't stolen. They know exactly where the money is.
So the money was not stolen.
No, it wasn't stolen.
So where is the people's money?
Well,
Look at the camera.
all this investigation, forensic audit, I am sure they traced the money and they know exactly where the money is. So the money wasn't stolen. The money was given,
Now,
but it was given to the wrong set of people.
really?
Yeah.
So you don't believe that the money was stolen?
I mean, and it was, they got the money on a false pretense. I mean, if you want to say that's stolen, it's stolen. But basically, nobody come and put a gun on them with a mask and hold them up and take the money. So we can't say it was stolen. The money was given away.
Well, you have at least 2 or 3 members of the union who appear to have been accused. Am I correct?
Right.
How many of them has been fired so far?
3 of our members have been fired without them presenting any evidence at all to us.
So they didn't say, listen, we suspect or we believe or we know or our investigation has pointed to you that you have stolen the money, therefore we are firing you. You're saying that didn't happen.
No, they didn't accuse them of stealing the money. They accused them of, in the letter they said that they suspect or suspicion. Basically,
There was
there
suspicion.
was suspicion that they was involved or something like that in it. And they never came out and said that they stole it or anything. But my thing is this. Stolen money, you can't trace stolen money. If that money was stolen, we wouldn't have even known. That money was given away.
How would
out
they have
of
done that?
BEC.
If, for instance, I want some money from BEC, since this is what you seem to be suggesting, how would they have pulled the maneuver? How did this money disappear? What procedure did they use?
Well, my thing is, what I think, I don't even think no money should even be given away without proper authorization or legally, because we have a system in place that should stop all of these things happening. You have to vet documents. You're supposed to call everybody who signed a document authorizing that this person should be paid because they did a job for BPL. Whether they drive a backhoe, forklift, whatever they did, deliver stuff, you have managers that sign those invoices and all of those things. And when that go up to the finance department, they're supposed to call these people and verify that, hey, did this person do the job? Was the job completed? Whatever. Then it move on. At least 2-3 people supposed to be vetting these documents. And none of the people that was terminated vet documents.
Meaning they're not responsible
For vetting.
for vetting.
Right. So even if they were involved, how did those false documents get past the ones that's supposed to be vetting them and making sure that, hey, this is authentic and this is it? You're supposed to call everybody whose signature you see on that. That's your job.
The people who were fired, are they signatories on the check?
No, they're not signatories. They don't cut check. They don't sign check. They don't do none of those things. Okay, scenario. Say that they did have something to do with it, which we don't know because we don't have no evidence. They were just fired. After we get the forensic report, hopefully that should tell us if they are involved and if they are, what part they played. And if anyone is involved, we are not supporting them at all. Because the union, we don't condone corruption and foolishness. But the ones who is not involved, definitely will continue pressing for them to get justice for them.
So you are of the opinion then that your 3 members have committed no crime
So far, I can't say none have committed. Nobody could say they committed the
because
crime.
they have not produced any
They-
evidence.
Exactly.
Yes,
And
and
even
that's
though
what
they
we
can
get
make
to.
a produce evidence, It may be evidence enough to show that, hey, they may have been negligent in their work, but they had nothing to do with it. But we have people who still on the job right now who are highly negligent in their work. How you can let 44 checks
44 checks.
44 checks
Boy.
slip across your desk different times, issued out to 16 vendors
44
that
checks.
never did a job for the corporation.
16 vendors.
Yeah, at one point on time, one of those paper from each one of them supporting documents that get one of them check cut should have raised a red flag, or you should have vetted. I mean, these things ain't being vetted properly.
That's very interesting because I had to go to BEC to get some money. And when I got there, all they was doing was vetting. In fact, I was upset. I said, now, they only vetting this because there's a couple of dollars for me.
Exactly.
And the amount was?
They so busy watching the nickels and dime that all the pounds and the dollars just flying out,
Without calling
flying out.
any name, do you have any suspect in management? Is the union suspicious of anyone in management? Don't call no name.
Mr. Monka, I can't say I suspect anybody in management, because to call somebody a thief is a serious assassination of their character. I don't suspect anybody in management, because, like I say, I don't want to label people as thief. I don't ever want to know that, they steal like that. But I can't see these things happening without people in higher positions per se, but I don't suspect nobody. Now, I suspect a lot of negligence, and I suspect a lot of just lacklustering.
Well, out of the 16 vendors who were paid, did any of them did any work?
Not to my knowledge. Some of the jobs was never done. Some of the jobs don't exist.
Really?
Really?
So 44 checks issued to 16 vendors and nobody worked?
Exactly.
Man, CID, y'all need to go and lock up everybody in management.
But yet you want to fire the ones who only key in the supporting documents before a check is vetted and cut. How could you just only fire them?
You think there are more people to be fired?
And even if they had keyed in wrong documents, their bosses should have intercepted it and see that these things are not authentic and they should not go through. You have a process, not only one manager supposed to be vetting or should vet. So how these things slide all over their desk and go into their their boss's desk, and nobody noticed anything wrong? Come on, that don't make no sense.
Just hold on for a second. Well, we have two officers of the union, Astrid Bodie and Antonio Dane. We'll hear what Dane has to say when we return on Freedom March.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. Thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker, and my special guest is the Secretary General of the Union, Miss Astrid Bodie, and the Chief Shop Steward, Antonio Dane. Mr. Dane, let me welcome you back once again to Freedom March. What is your understanding of this developing controversy? Because I note that here in today's Tribune, it appeared that Attorney Wayne Monroe is the lawyer for who? The union or some of the people who are involved in, who have been dismissed?
He is the lawyer for the...
I want you to raise your voice Because
He is the
people are
lawyer
telling
for
me they can hear.
the members who have been dismissed so far.
Okay. So what is your understanding of the controversy? What do you understand?
All right. We have had a, how can I say it, a fraudulent scheme.
Bring your mic closer. They're telling me. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, we have had a fraudulent scheme going on at BPL.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at the camera.
Some members were involved, i.e. our members in total, along with others were suspended. All right.
Now, others meaning people in management.
Yes, sir.
If people in management was suspended, they were suspended. You don't have to call their name, but if people in management was suspended, the facts are the facts.
Yeah, they were suspended.
Okay.
All right, on suspicion as well as our members. All right, our members were dismissed, but others were returned back to work, being the managers. It is my view, Mr. Monka, if I'm given a job to do, it is my responsibility to have certain things done. All right, we have a process at BPL in our accounts department. All right, certain people are not allowed or authorized to do what needs to be done in processing of checks, cutting checks, vetting checks. All right, it would be impossible for line staff to do what they are accused of and dismissed for. Without calling any name or incriminating anybody, at the end of the day, long and short of it is, if you have a job to do and you are responsible for doing something, anything goes wrong whilst you are there, if I'm the gatekeeper and someone gets in, it is my responsibility. I should deal with it accordingly or be dealt with.
So your position simply is that the line staff didn't have the authority to sign checks.
No, sir, not at all.
Do they have the authority to prepare the checks?
No.
They don't have the authority to prepare them or vet them.
So you say, so how would they have come into contact with the checks?
They
They were-
never. They never came. I don't think they ever came into contact with the check. I think what happened is that the line staff that were fired, they basically, okay, you have to have supporting documents to justify why this check should be cut.
Right.
Right. So all of that information, I don't know how many documents usually one check take, but they would take all of that information and they would key them in the system.
The line
The
staff.
line staff would key that information in the system,
Okay.
say, well, this is the supporting documents for this check, whatever it's going to be, whatever, right? We understand that. Then after that, they pass that to their manager, one of the managers. I most likely, common sense should tell you which in they're supposed to vet it. Which I'm told that they're supposed to vet those documents that the line staff just gave them. So you vet the documents, make sure everything in order, then she have a boss. She's supposed to pass that to her boss vet it. And after that, them two come together and say, well, it's good, and most likely they cut the check. So even if the line staff is guilty for keying in
Wrong information.
wrong information, now this information that they're keying in, their bosses gave them the key in. Okay, people brought papers to say, hey, we need this person did work, prepare check, whatever. My job as the gatekeeper, I am supposed to make sure that those documents are correct. Mind you, say if you didn't check it when they brought it in, you just hand it to your staff, the key in the computer. But your staff have to hand you those documents back in order for you to vet them and cut that check. So, had you had stopped it from the initial key in when you had gotten the documents to vet before the checks were cut, how it could get that far, going here, there, and everywhere?
So you're saying that someone in management was negligent.
Well, I mean, you got to be negligent.
Is it possible that someone in management might have reposed confidence in the person who's doing the keying and therefore decided, I don't have to check?
44 times?
No. Who was confident in you to do your job?
44 times?
And how much money in the 44 times escaped?
1.96 million.
1.96 million.
Exactly.
Do they know who the recipients are? Do they know who
They,
who cashed the check?
Mr. Monka, they know everything. Between the corporation And the police, they on top of it. They know everything. You know, they may have
Do you
some...
think a cover-up is taking place?
I don't know. See, like I say, that cover up and saying who I think steal and thing, I'm not going to
don't
go.
tell me who you think.
No, I said I'm not
steal it.
going to go into that type of dialogue.
Okay.
My problem right now, Mr. Monka, is our members was not dealt with fairly. You cannot terminate the line staff that have the least responsibility for watching BEC money. And the people over them that cut the checks and sign the check,
They don't get fired.
they don't get fired. Come on now, something wrong with that picture. How you could fire the line staff? Don't mind, those two managers what got suspended last week, that ain't had nothing to do with this account situation. That had nothing to do with it. The problem we had from day one is still there because we need these managers to finally take responsibility and give accountability for our accounts department and letting all this money walk out. Now, we have a contract coming up to negotiate soon. How you can tell us you ain't get no money for us if we want something, salary increase or even a better benefit or
When you
something?
let 1.96 million
Just
walk out.
walking out the door, and then these same people still on the job. Come on, you at some point they have to take accountability for losing money, and this isn't the first time things happen up there like that. Under these same people watch.
So the same people who were watching, we've had this situation before where money walk away.
And the line staff is the only person get fired.
Held accountable for it.
Wow.
Something is wrong with that.
So what
These
action?
people untouchable, man.
Okay, so what do you propose to do? Taking into consideration this is a new government of accountability, and the torch of accountability has been passed to Dr. Minnis. Will the union march on the Prime Minister and demand justice? Because this F&M board, BEC board, they look like they're taking care of F&M.
Yeah, they ain't fair. They're not fair at all,
So
regardless.
what you plan to do? What
Mr.
y'all plan to
Monka,
do?
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
We have a good minister who's responsible for BEC,
Who's
Mr.
the minister?
Bannister, Desmond Bannister.
He's a good minister.
He's a good minister. We had good dialogue with him so far, and we really appreciate him. In fact, he even told us that he want to meet with the union quarterly.
Does he buy your argument?
Yes, he buy our argument,
That those
but he
who
is
are
asked.
hold on a second. Let me get clear, because now that you have invoked his name, I have to now look at this closer. Has Minister, what's his name?
Bannister.
Desmond Bannister agree with your argument that those who are senior to the line staff should be accountable and dealt with?
Mr. Monka, I wouldn't say he agree with it.
Really?
I would not say he agree with it, but he never came out and said he agree or he disagree. Never said that. But speaking to him, when we met with him last week, Wednesday, we had a very good meeting with him. And the last meeting we had before was good also. And he told us, which is sensible, we must wait until the policemen finish their investigation.
Meanwhile, the people have been fired?
Hold on, let me tell you what that's right. I told him I understand that. I have no problem from the union aspect giving the police a chance to finish, do whatever they have to do, right? I said, but what we are here for today is not a police involvement. We need BPL to do their administrative side duty that they should be doing. They have an obligation to the Bahamian public and also to the employees.
Did you demand the reinstatement of the workers? That is what I want to hear. Did
No.
you say to the minister?
Nope. And I can tell you why.
Why? Why did you not demand the reinstatement of the line staff?
The reason why we didn't demand the reinstatement of the line staff is because we do not know what evidence they have on them. And
That is why?
yep, Mr. Monko,
We have
we
not
cannot
seen the
go out
reporters
there
yet.
lobbying and making noise for members, and we don't know what they have on them.
Well-
now when we get this forensic audit report that they promised to give us, right? And we see what is what, then we'll know what is what, and we'll know where to go from there.
The
But we
minister,
can't be reckless,
but
and we don't have our information. We
did the
can't do that.
minister suggest to you that in this report lies evidence to support the decision of the board to terminate the 3 workers? Did he somehow suggest that?
No, he didn't suggest that.
Well, then I'm
was-
going to suggest to the union that the union is making a fundamental error by not saying to the minister, reinstate them until you produce evidence.
Mr. Monka, listen to me. Sometimes you have to be amicable and you have to give people a chance. You know, these days now, union ain't really all about fight, burn.
But there's no
You know.
evidence.
Listen to me. Yeah, we say there's no evidence. We
And-
haven't seen any evidence.
And in the letter to the workers,
Right.
there were no suggestion that there is evidence. Because I've read noted QC, Wayne Monroe's
Exactly.
article in the paper.
Listen, Mr. Monk, I hear you, right? When we get the report, if there is no evidence, right? If we feel like there's no evidence, or what they found, or what they put them off the job for does not qualify them being off the job,
Yes.
we would fight to get them back. And in coming back, we want all of the benefits they lost, their salary and everything. So I don't see why 3 more weeks is going to make a difference.
Okay, so the minister has agreed that within 3 months,
3 weeks. Within 3 weeks,
He will give you-
most likely, give him time and whatever. We agree to give him time, and we're not going to go back on that time by
Okay.
being hasty.
and the
because
time
we
you're
already
giving
agreed.
him is what? 3 weeks?
Yeah, but 2 to
And
3
when
weeks
did you all
now.
agree with the minister to wait for 3 weeks? Because I would like to count it, you see?
That was last week Wednesday.
Last week, Wednesday.
Yes.
So this week, Wednesday would be 1 week.
Yes,
And the week after that will be 2 weeks.
right.
And the week after that.
Will be 3 weeks.
And if the minister pussyfoot it, how will you deal with his foot?
Well, if he pussyfoot, Mr. Monka,
Not pussyfoot. Say it like how I said. Pussyfoot it.
pussyfoot it,
Yes.
pussynonymous.
Well, if he's pussynonymous,
No, he's not pussynonymous. Don't
You
say
sure?
that. No. Mr.
is he pussy color?
Mr. Monka,
Yes.
let's stay focused.
Or
please.
is it pussy Villamore?
Oh, goodness. But seriously, we met with him, right? And we had a very good meeting with him.
Really?
He was, he's an understanding person. And he said, just give the investigation 3, maybe less than 3 weeks to complete. That's all he asks us to do. And I guess in that time, everybody will know what is what. But with our members, we supporting our members. Although we don't know whether or not they was involved, we still supporting them.
How
But
is
we
the
wanna
president
stand
taking
on
this?
solid-
The president. Right? How president may
The president is on the same president. We on the same accord. We will not go out there demonstrating, doing this, doing that, and we really don't even know what is going on.
But you do know that the person has been fired.
Yes, we know that. So right now, let me tell you what we are pushing for. Right now, our fight until we get this report and we got evidence, because you shouldn't be dismissing people without producing evidence.
That is true.
That is wrong.
That is wrong.
That's like a Gestapo move.
It is Gestapoism.
It is.
Yeah,
You
that-
shouldn't be doing that. But okay,
Why did they fire the Negro woman from America?
I don't know, but I don't understand it, right? Because they never hired a woman from America. So how they get fired?
How you mean how they could fire her?
She was never hired. The company that the government selected to manage BPL,
Appointed her.
they appointed her. She's their staff. You see what I'm saying?
Are you suggesting that the dismissal was unlawful?
It was unlawful.
So why?
That's how I see it.
Why did she listen to the dismissal?
Well, Mr. Monka, why would a person want to be someplace where they're not wanted?
Yeah,
a lot of people, some people, they dry eye, they don't
Yeah,
care,
but-
whatever. But
It would be improper of her if she knew that her termination letter was unlawful, illegal. She was not supposed to walk away. She was supposed to say to them, "You can't dismiss me."
yeah, but some people, they don't think that is worth it. They don't feel like it's worth it because
So who
she
has
was
succeeded her since she left?
The same company that hired her.
Yeah, but
they
I mean,
they
who-
brought another man. They brought in another
Is this-
Caucasian man this
they have a
morning.
white man now?
Yeah, they have a white man now.
Do you know his name?
What his name is?
You don't know his name?
His name is Mike.
Now, is this a real white man?
Real pale skinned white man.
Okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And has he met with the staff yet?
No, he
No,
just
not as
came
yet.
in this
He
morning.
just came in today.
Just came in this
Yeah,
morning.
but he was here before when they were doing the audit, the investigation and stuff.
Okay.
He was here before.
Okay.
Right.
Are you suspicious that foreign forces within BPL might be involved in any skullduggery?
No, I mean, I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing.
They're not accusing any
No.
of the foreign.
No, I'm
they
not
think this is
accusing.
locally grown.
Well, everybody who getting picked off so far is locally is homegrown people. They know.
Yeah, but nobody suggests that
No,
the Americans might be involved
Mr. Munker, listen to me.
who are operating.
Mr. Munker, they imported Ernest and Young.
Who's Ernest?
Ernest and Young, that's a accounting firm. A big international accounting firm. They did the forensic audit
Okay.
in BPL.
And they can't tell us which person signed the check?
Just to report now that
We're waiting
We're
on.
waiting on.
Don't tell me that about Ernest and Young. Ernest and Young gotta be able to tell me who signed the check
Ernest and Young,
and who cashed the check
Ernest and Young,
and where the money gone.
I believe they told them everything is in the report, but they refused to give us a copy. They said until the police do their investigation. Okay, when the police investigation is completed, they'll give us a copy, and that would state that I
and
hope
they
that
think-
have the recommendations that
Goodness
Ernest
me.
and Young made also moving forward for BPL, because I know that if they did a thorough audit, ain't no way on God's green earth that you would recommend the gatekeepers of the money to stay on the job.
Do you think Bannister, through the board, may have used politics to protect special interests? I may as well come out and say to you, y'all don't like me saying it. I mean, the CFO, not only is she a strong F&M, right? One F&M said, well, you know, she is the sister of a senior justice of the Supreme Court. Well, answer me.
No, I don't suspect. I don't think.
You don't think?
I don't.
that's-
Between me and you, right? I
Yeah.
can be honest. That's how I feel. That's my personal view. I don't think Mr. Bannister had anything to do with selecting who stay or who go.
You
That's
really-
how I feel.
You really
I
think
feel-
so?
that's
Who is
how
the
I
chairman
feel.
of the board? Let me test you. Who's the chairman of the board?
Daniel Osborne.
Did you
Miss.
see her and Bannister at Government House?
But Mr. Munker,
Answer my question.
I don't know. I don't.
Did
I
you
don't
see
know,
her
Mr. Munker.
at Government House when the F&M was being sworn in?
Mr. Munker, I don't know. I didn't even watch it. I can be honest with you. But like I said,
Do you not know that she is one of the strongest F&M?
yes, I know that, and I know that her and our CFO are on this. They were on the same accounting board last year. I know.
Are
all of
you
that.
aware that when the F&M is in power, lots of corruption take place at BEC?
Oh, Jesus. Listen,
What you laughing about?
Mr. Munker.
Didn't the PLP charge a man
Yeah,
working
but-
at BEC?
Yeah, but you know we don't want to make this political. Man, we come here to get some justice for
Well,
our
I'm going to
workers
give
who's
you
terminated.
justice by
We want fairness
educating
in the
you.
workplace, Mr. Munker.
The first
man.
mistake that your union has made
Okay.
is always know who you're dealing with.
We know, Mr. Munker, we know we're dealing with.
But then
we have information on everybody.
And
but-
at the end of the deal, it's the answer.
yes, but I cannot disclose this information that
I'm not
we
asking
have.
you to disclose
understand?
any information.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'm just trying to show you the history of my party.
Okay,
the
that's your
F&M.
party. You would know that's your party.
When we are in charge
Mm-hmm.
and we have BC, see, I rely on Hubert Alexander Ingram. Papa told me who the gangsters were. You heard me? Papa, tell Astrid, you told me. Papa told me.
All right.
The same way he's told me that Fred Ramsey
Right.
is innocent.
Right.
But you're intimidated by this revelation.
No, I'm not intimidated by it, you know.
So you must
because-
investigate.
Yeah,
I would give your union an assignment. Every member of the board, you must look at them objectively. Find out who their ma is, who their pa is, who the brother and the sisters are.
Mr. Monka.
Who is connected to the prime minister, who is connected to the deputy.
DPM. Yes,
Right?
Mr. Monka.
It's a small
We have-
society.
Mr. Monka, even who's connected to the Minister of Labor. Mr. Monka, we have our
What do you mean by
information.
connected to the Minister of Labor? How the Minister of Labor getting this?
Because all of them are representative of one party. Didn't you
No,
just
man,
say...
that's his first cousin. Jesus, the union in trouble, eh? You ain't
Mr.
know
Monka, you don't think we know that?
you ain't know the CFO is Dion first cousin?
Yes, Mr. That's
You
why
got-
I say
but
we
you
know
gotta
who's
know
connected to the... We know who's
Because
connected
then
to the
you'll
Minister
get-
of Labor. We know all of that.
When you all get to the Ministry of Labor,
We know all them
you
things,
might
Mr.
have to tell
Monka.
Dion to declare his interest that the woman is his first cousin and back on the
Yes,
side.
he can't do the case. He got
What
to
do you
back
mean he
on
can't
the
do the
side.
case?
He got to excuse himself of this one.
Boy, my work is plenty, eh? I gotta let the union know who
Mr.
these
Mike-
people run to.
Mr. Monka,
Yeah.
listen to me.
Y'all know?
We do our due diligence.
Okay,
We
this
know
is
who's who
powerful.
and who connected to who. That's why it is so disturbing on the union. You telling us that you want us to work with you for the betterment of the corporation.
Who's saying that? Don't be afraid.
The board.
The board?
Everybody said yes.
It is a board
They would like
of
for
F&Ms.
us to work with them for the betterment of the corporation.
What time
We
is
have
it?
no problem.
The people's time.
What time is it?
The people's time.
Don't you ever forget that.
But yet you don't want certain people to be held accountable for this corporation that you come to clean up losing millions and millions of dollars. And Mr. Manka, this ain't the only situation we ever had, you know.
It's time to march.
We also have double payments going on in our corporation under these same people.
What is double payments?
You do a job for me,
Right?
I didn't pay you.
I pay you again.
I come back, I pay you again. The same procedures all these things got to go through. Now,
When they do double payment and they discover it was double payment, do they go back for the money?
and some they get, and the people tell them, fax off.
Really?
Exactly.
They got a
gotta eat
fax
it.
machine.
They got to eat it.
Really?
Yeah,
And that has happened since the F&M came to power?
that was happening a long time. I don't know if it happened since then, but it was happening. My point is that these things happening under the same people. The same people. These things happening under. You trying to tell me they're not going to ever give accountability?
Just
And these double payments are like 1 point something million.
I don't talk no nonsense.
I'm telling you.
Dr. Menace, this is clearly a case for the corruption unit.
It is.
It's a case. All right? It's a case.
So this ain't no one-time thing with that. We had another scam in there one time. A young lady, she was doing another racket inside there also. These things had to go through her boss system and all that too. At the end of the day, she get fired and the two other staff who was in collaboration with her get fired. Along with two of our other members got fired also, but we were able to bring the other two members back. And those three
Wow.
was unfortunate. And this is the same people who was responsible for them.
F&Ms.
Man could behave. I don't know if there's F&Ms or PLPs.
You can't
but
tell F&M when you see them.
incompetence, man. At some point, even
Goodness
if you are
me.
not involved in what's going on, just by being repeatedly incompetent, you should be dealt with.
Yeah.
How much millions of dollars is BPL gonna have walk out their door? Because I say ain't nobody thief it, nobody coming there with a gun and a mask. Everything was done legitimately with fake documents.
Really?
So, how much money can walk out that door?
That's the question
before we learn
for
sense.
Dr. Menace. This sound like a case of a major crime scene. I would think that the corruption unit should get like 200 to 300 tapes and just create one huge crime scene around
BPL.
BPL.
Like, seriously?
I think so.
Yeah, because this is ridiculous.
Wow.
Accountability should be the order of the day in BPL. If the small people have to
There's
give
no
account,
accountability.
the big ones should give account, more account.
Wow.
How
Dr.
much is
Menace.
given,
Huh?
much is required.
That's right.
Wow.
You getting the most, so I expect the most from you.
Well, it's corruption, as usual, under the F&M. Special interest, we're going to look at it when we return. This is Freedom March. I'll be right back.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm joined in studio by a woman, Secretary General of, what do you call your union?
Bahamas Electrical Workers Union.
Bahamas Electrical Workers Union, Miss Astrid Boddy. And now we are joined by the Assistant Secretary General, Mr. Deron Adderley. Brother Adderley, that's your camera there, Tree. Welcome to Freedom March.
Thank you for having, the union on board.
Well, I'll never let the union down, for I love it, the best of all. And when we strike, we will strike, strike, strike. And despite everything they say, we will stand here and defend the union. And I need a good strike from y'all, because I haven't seen the union strike in a long time. I want to see if y'all ready for this rocky Burma Road. Now, Brother Adderley, what's going on in the union? What has you distressed?
Good evening, Bahamas. The issue what I have in Bahamas Power and Light right now is basically no fair play in the workplace, where staff have been held to higher regards than the people them with the largest salaries, the comfortable chairs, and overall just them negligence in their duties. That's what I could surmise for my uncomfortableness right now.
So, you have at least 3 members of the union who's been terminated. And there's been talk with the minister. It would appear that the minister has pacified the union, and the union is waiting for 3 weeks. Don't you think the union should do some war dance?
Well, I would like to say yes, but we have to understand that we are a mature union.
Yes.
We don't need to go there and start what everybody fears, interrupting services, cutting down trees, blowing up transformers.
Oh, no. I'm not.
Listen, Mr. Monko.
Nothing.
This is a
unlawful.
mature union.
Yeah.
All right? We gave the minister our word. We expect the minister to do what is right. We expect him to be true to his word. We expect the board to be true to their word. But 3 weeks, we will see.
So the minister say, hold on for 3 weeks and don't do nothing.
No.
No.
He didn't say that.
He didn't
Say
that.
hold on for 3 weeks.
Hold
He
on.
just, in reference to us getting some answers.
Okay.
Right.
3 weeks.
But he said, but he's
Isn't
in
it
the main.
amazing that as soon as the report has arrived, they fired 3 workers.
Right.
Yet the union, under the agreement, there is a set standard as to how you terminate. And I'm going to suggest to you that BPL did not follow the industrial agreement. Yet the union is giving the minister 3 more weeks to compound the injustice.
Nope.
Union, do you know Dudley Williams?
Yes, but Mr. Monke, you getting it twisted now. It's
Well, help
not
me
like
out.
that. Let me help you out.
Help me out, my sister.
We're not giving them 3 weeks per se, like that. We're giving them 3 weeks in reference to we need some answers. We want a copy of the report, whatever, right? We're giving them 3 weeks in reference to giving us some answers, maybe on the report. But we are going through the proper process
Okay.
with the labor board.
Yeah, but
Filing.
How
We
you
already
fi-
we already filed.
the Minister of Labor is the woman first cousin. The Deputy Prime Minister is the woman cousin. Lord Jesus, have mercy on my Negro people. Are you aware of that?
Yes, Mr. Monka, but because that is how the cookie crumbles, we cannot jump over due process. We still have to take that road.
I say
We still have
ignore
to take that route,
the
Mr.
Minister of
Monka.
Labor and the Deputy Prime Minister and go to a minister who ain't related. Can't you see what's going on? It's,
Yeah,
it's
but-
a major conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Her brother is the judge of the Supreme Court. I'm making up no lie. That is true. See, what I did is I decided who this beautiful woman is. Right? And I asked my contact, tell me who all she related to. So she's related to Justice Bernard Turner. That's her brother. She's related to the Minister of Labor, where you have to go for conciliation, the Honorable Dion Folks. She is related to the Deputy Prime Minister, who's going to have great influence as to whether or not she go, come, or stay. And then there's an F&M board. Who knows? See, I can tell you this because I say F&M. Right? So the union is in a fix.
Yeah. Catch 66.
Huh?
Yeah, we are, but Mr. Monica,
Okay.
because of all of that relations that she have, and most likely they are her saving grace. As union officers, we still have to file these trade disputes
Okay.
for our members and all of that.
I can see that.
And right now, yeah, we're going to be giving them less than 3 weeks now for the police to finish their investigation and all that, because, you know,
I am going to
and
suggest
all of
to you
that,
that
right?
the minister
But we are still
is
doing
outmaneuvering
things.
the union.
No,
When
we
you
are
hear-
still doing things
when you
because
hear
us
from the
being right
minister-
here, us being here on their show today and still pushing for these people to give accountability and for them to be penalized and terminated like our members were is an example that we're not just sitting on and taking it lightly.
You
And
better
we're going to
fax the Prime Minister. I have a phone call. Let's see what the citizen has to say.
action.
Welcome to Freedom March.
You need to join the union.
Do I have a caller? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. Speak up loudly.
Oh, yeah, good day, Mr. Monica. Good day to your guests.
Yes, what question do you have for them?
Yeah, I know they were waiting. They said they'll give the minister 3 weeks to deal with the situation, and then they'll see how they'll go from there. But based on everything what has happened, how they think so far the minister has dealt with everything.
You heard the caller?
Yeah, I heard the caller.
Go ahead.
So far, I think he dealt with it responsibly in reference to our members being terminated. I don't know what role he played in that, because this the Bahamas, and because you're in charge of something that don't mean you will call the shots or you have a say. So I cannot say if he was directly involved in suggesting that they be terminated and the gatekeepers be kept. But he asked us, because we need a report. We need a copy of that forensic report to see if our members are guilty, and if they are, what role they played. Like I say, the corporation might feel like they are guilty, but they might think they're guilty for something else and not even having to do with the money. But yet they saying that, oh, you're negligent, whatever like that.
Caller,
We
one
need-
more question, because I got a couple of calls.
Yeah, one more question.
Yes.
I know that it's hurricane season right now, the peak part of the hurricane season. I know that NEMA, we have NEMA, but based on everything I see, Hurricane Harvey did to Texas, devastating. Mr. Monica, what advice would you give to Bahamians with this hurricane season?
Well, I would say keep tuned to the radio, listen to the authorities, whatever advice they give you, do it. If they say evacuate, evacuate. If they say leave
All right,
the
thank you so
shoreline,
much, Mr.
do
Monica.
so. Do well, my brother. Hello, welcome to Freedom Match.
Good afternoon, Mr. Munger. How are you?
I'm fine, my love.
Okay, Mr. Munger, I would like to have a contact for you, please. Could I get your
Yes,
contact,
ma'am.
please?
My number is 434 5760.
5760.
Yeah, 434-5760. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Anybody else on the phone? Hello? Welcome to Freedom March.
Good evening, Mr. Monica, and to your guest. My question to your guest is the minister and the board on the same page and speaking with one voice on this issue? And have you met with the board and not only the minister? I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you, Madam Secretary General.
Well, I can't answer that question and say whether or not they're on the same page. I can't answer that question.
Okay.
Like I say, you know, I don't know who's
Listening
taking
to the
directives from
minister.
whom. But we met with the board. But when you meet with the board never give you no information per se. It's just
When you met with the board, who was present?
when we have with the board.
Name the board
in fact-
members who were present.
In fact, when we met with the board in reference to dismissal, when they were about to terminate our workers the day after they met with us, there were Mr. Farron Bell and what the lady.
Do you know he is the
Nicola Thompson.
husband
And
of
Nicola-
a judge of the Supreme Court?
Yes, we know that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and the other one is Nicola
Thompson.
Thompson, right. They were there with us, and they just informed us that termination is going to take place. Like I say, when you meet with them, they never really give you any information.
Okay.
They don't.
Dry.
It's just, to me, it's just like,
Man, it's time to strike.
yeah, it's just like a meeting to say you have a
It's time
meeting.
to march.
But
Yeah.
ain't no meat, no substance, no nothing in the
Yeah.
meeting.
It's
you
like-
see what I'm saying?
I telling
And
you, this what it is. This was happening. Now, this
Yeah.
ain't open to discussion.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's political.
It's like
It's arrogance. I know
a
them.
bit of that, too.
I have their dossier.
So,
You're all in trouble.
meeting with the board,
Yeah.
you don't get no answers. That's why I say I cannot say if the minister's on the same page with them or not, because I don't know. I don't know. But
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello, are you there? I have the union. Listen, whatever you all do, I want you all to know I have your support. But the lights of the holy city of Black Village are to be maintained
That's our backyard.
through the storm and through industrial action. The lights must be on in the village. Okay? Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Are you there?
Hi, Mr. Monica.
Yes.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Listen, I'm saddened, but
And good afternoon to your guests.
good afternoon.
I have some concerns.
okay.
I work for a major company, and I was in charge of depositing and drawing of checks.
Yes.
Now, the young lady said that they go and they key the information in the system.
Yes.
Now, when the information is keyed into the system, first of all, you get a requisition. Whoever is requesting this check, they would have to prepare the requisition. They bring it to the junior staff to prepare the check. Then, after that, the check is signed by an A and a B signature.
Really? That's how it's
Now,
done?
I cannot understand for the life of me why they would let go those three persons and the senior persons who have signed those checks still on the job. That is not right. All of them should have been dismissed until they do the complete investigation.
Bingo.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Same
Yeah.
thing
But
what we saying.
the three who got fired, who are they related to?
Well, I guess they know people there. That's why the ones who are there probably know people like you saying on your show.
Is any of them related to the Honorable Dion Folks?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think they're related to Peter Turnquest, the Deputy Prime Minister who's hiding from his constituent?
I don't know.
Do you think any is a sibling of a sitting senior justice of the Supreme Court?
I don't know.
Well, you see, it sounds to me like there's some poor Negro.
Right.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
One
it's
day-
very strange that only the Negro was let go.
That's it.
That
and
is
the
true.
senior managers are still there, so all that needs to be investigated.
I-
They too should have been sent home.
I thank you for your
You have a good
comment.
evening.
God save the Queen. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I am doing splendid, son. How are you?
Well, listen, I'm kind of upset because the union is not carrying out war dances.
Yes, I am upset too, I believe. I am very concerned because I think one of the questions that should have been asked when they met with the minister, when were the three employees going to be reinstated until they produce evidence on those employees?
That's it. That's it.
And further to that, sir, my question is this. I am told that when the three-line staff were suspended, they were to be brought back when they received the forensic report or the report from the police officer.
Yes.
It's my understanding that Tuesday, the minister received his report. The board met on Monday. The minister received his report on Tuesday, And on Wednesday, the 3 employees were fired.
That's correct.
Now, what are the reports that they're looking for again?
Well,
and they have already received a copy of the report from Ernst & Young.
Right. And in fact, the minister, if he truly believed in industrial harmony, would have presented the union a copy.
Yes, he has the copy already. So they're going to make up another report to satisfy the board and the minister?
Yeah, man. And I know the minister well.
No, the minister told us he have a copy of it, but what he was saying to us is that...
Anyway, sister, thank you.
Thank you.
He said he have a copy.
Okay. Well,
she's correct.
We have to demand that.
Yeah,
all right?
We've been demanding it.
We've been demanding it.
Listen, you tell
Vote
the
for
minister, minister, we shall have a copy or we shall march on you peacefully. Okay? Do you know Dudley Williams?
Yeah, we know him.
He was the founding president.
Right.
There's been no president like him. He didn't take nonsense. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Anybody there? Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
How you doing?
Listen, I'm upset because Desmond Bannister wouldn't give the union a copy.
But the union, what's going on with the union, though? This is such an open and shut case. You need to see more drive or more thing and push from this union. I don't know who the gentleman was who was on today. Is he the new gentleman that's taken over from Ms. Hill?
You mean the white man?
Yes.
I haven't met him. No, this is the first time I'm hearing.
They need to hear that tape. They need to play that tape back and listen to what he said.
Okay.
Because does the union do? Do you all have an attorney?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
You all need to get that attorney. It seems to me as if this is selective prosecution.
Selective justice.
And I don't understand if it's over $1 million or whatever. Anything, if it's in any business, any common sense, when you have a supervisor where there's money involved, the regular clerk or whoever cannot just sign off. You need more than one signature. They cannot approve. As far as with a certain amount of money or whatever. So the amount, this magnitude, I don't understand how the police corruption unit, they're investigating everything. They say they want transparency.
And the Prime Minister confirmed too.
That's our monies be paid.
Hello? She gone. Your point is well taken, but take it from me. I have the book, and they're not following it. Okay?
What she's saying is true, but because we are not airing our business in public, that does not mean we are not doing anything. We have a lawyer. The ones that were dismissed, they have sought a lawyer. We're doing everything from the industrial side. We are doing everything.
Okay.
Because we are not out there breaking up the place, carrying on. That doesn't mean we're doing
We have
nothing.
to follow proper grievance procedures.
You're following proper procedures.
Exactly.
Okay. Remember, in following proper procedure, make sure that the people are proper.
Exactly. And at the end of the day,
welcome to Freedom March.
When we run hot, that means we have exhausted all avenues decently.
This is powerful. Hello? Welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Anybody else there? Hello? Give me that text phone because I believe I may have to read little text as well. So, what happens in the event these so-called talks with the Honorable Desmond Bannister collapse? What is the union thinking?
Mr. Monkey, you really asking for too much information today.
Okay, it's secret, right?
All right. There's a caucus. We get together in...
Sometimes you have to go in a secret place, and you know that.
Well, let me read a text here.
But hopefully everything works out.
Mr. Monker, I did work for the PLP rally during the election. Are they still obligated to pay me? I can't hear nothing about my money. Listen, if the PLP, if you work for the PLP and they don't pay you, well, you start off by demanding it. And the same advice that I gave to the man who sued Reese Chipman is the same advice I give to you. Take him to court. Just take him to court. Okay? I'm a justice of the peace. Whoever owe you and don't pay you, sue them in the small claim court. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, Mr. Monker. Good day to you and your guests.
Good day.
Good day.
It is so ironic that so much money is walked out of BC, and I'm a vendor.
Yes.
And my company, we haven't been paid in months. Every time you call the account section, not answering phone, or you have this, you get this nonchalant attitude of what's not. But it's so ironic that so much money could have just walked out in the pretense of them paying vendors. And I have thousands in BC, and I'm still waiting for some response as to when I'm going to be paid. A second thing, I was just wondering, because really I have a heavy heart for those persons who were fired. You know, this is back to school, and I was just wondering if the union, whether they were getting together and rendering them some sort of assistance for the time being. Take care.
I thank you. Well, hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, what's on your mind, comrade? Speak
Hello.
to me. Don't listen to your TV.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I can hear you talk.
Yes. My comment is for the lady who was on the show
Miss Bodie.
concerning the union.
Yes, that's go ahead.
Miss Bodie, yes. I love the way that you are handling yourself. You must present yourself properly and be careful of what you say. It seems as though, Mr. Bodie, Mr. Monke is trying to intimidate you to say what you're not supposed to be said. Happy to know that you are standing with your grounds, and I want you to know to be careful of what you say, and I think you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you, sir.
Is there another phone call? Hello?
Thank you.
Okay. Let me read a couple of texts, because, you know, I got to read texts as well. Because my people, the Negro people, they write texts. Monica, your Friday show not on your Facebook, live Facebook. Okay. Menace is very selective of who he prosecute. Why hasn't Menace prosecute Caribbean Music Festival, Monica? Okay. Monica, please send happy birthday wishes to SJ from his mommy and his daddy. Thank you. SJ, happy birthday from your mom and your dad. Hi, Mr. Monica. Very good job. Keep up the good work. Okay. Mr. Monica, please tell me why you didn't let Mr. Allen and Mother Pratt fix your roof. So now the F&M is in power. Mr. Lloyd, a true Catholic, will make sure that roof is fixed. I didn't have Mother and Algernon fix my roof because I was in the Senate. And I didn't want people to accuse me of using my office. But now Mother and Algernon, they're free to fix it now. My people, my people. Let's see some more texts. All right, got to read these texts because the Negro people, they will row. Okay, that seems to be all the texts. Great. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon, Mr. Munker.
Good afternoon, my dear.
I just turned the TV on. I'd like to know what happened to spiritual advisor today.
The spiritual advisor, I didn't want to reveal it, is preparing with other freedom-loving people a banquet to which I have to attend.
Okay.
You know, I have a group called Freedom March. These comprise of the Negro people who supports me and who have commanded that I attend a special function because they want to be prepared for the march, which is scheduled for Saturday, the 2nd of September. Okay?
Mr. Munker.
Yes?
I'm a very concerned grandmother. I have 4 grandchildren going to Galvantines.
Really?
I passed Galvantines today.
Yes.
They had a pole on the lawn in front of the school that was down from the hurricane.
Okay.
The railings and everything in front of it. I know the principal could see that, all of that, and I know.
Who's
Jeff
your
Lloyd could see
MP?
that. I know Jeff Lloyd see that.
Who's your MP? Who's your MP? Who's your MP?
My MP is, I live in Vaughan Millis, my MP.
Faxon!
Listen to me. I'm a strong PLP.
Don't mind that.
No,
Call your MP. You hear me? I with
Yes.
you. But call him.
Yes, I will be calling because I'm concerned about that. That is the children, that's the safety.
Call your MP. And
Thank you.
I'm going to call on Jeff to move it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay? This is powerful. Call your MP. Goodness of mercy.
There goes the deal.
This is Freedom March. The FNM is on my mind. I'll be right back after the break.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on IL Studio here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. I have two special guests, and they are the Secretary General of the Bahamas. Go ahead, help me out.
Electrical Workers Union.
Miss Astrid Bodie. And then, of course, she is now joined by her Assistant Secretary General, Mr. Deron Adderley. And we have been discussing the stolen, missing, walking out $1.96 million. We know that at least 6 employees had been suspended. Then they returned after an investigation. 3 in senior management remain, and the line staff were dismissed. And when we took the adjournment, Ms. Bodie was telling me about a meeting that the union held with the minister responsible for BPL, the Honorable Desmond Bannister, who's the Minister of Works. And I was trying to show her what she's up against. Many of the people involved in this controversy has powerful F&M connection. Not only do they have powerful F&M connection, they have strong family ties who are in powerful position. And I get the impression, I say it respectfully to Brother Adderley, whom I've known for many years, and Miss Bodie, that I almost get the impression the union don't seem to understand what they're up against. And so I'm going to keep emphasizing this point, because I've done my work as an F&M. See, by holding on to my membership, I have access to powerful people in party and government. All right? And I showed them, listen, some of these people is the Minister of Labor first cousin. Some is the judge of the Supreme Court's sister. The woman is the Deputy Prime Minister cousin. She even got a powerful cousin in the PLP. I might as well call his name, the former PLP Minister for Grand Bahamas. So she's well connected. And when it comes to connection, don't mind the F&M, they will protect the elite in the party. So I'm going to give a little bit more information, so I could show the union when I get mad with them and I come on the TV and curse them out, they would have heard me say that. All right? I was talking with some colleagues over this matter. I told them the union was coming. And they said, Monker, do you know that Osborne used to be the president of the ethics committee of the Bahamas Institute of Chartered Accountant? I said, yeah. He said, well, Dion's first cousin, the woman who they're rowing about at BEC or BPL, she too was on that board. So you see, these are elites. Everybody know one another. It's only the union who don't seem to be aware. So you have to understand in this society, whenever you're dealing with a person, you start off by finding out, who am I dealing with? Who's he ma? Who's he pa? And then you have to remember in this society, we have 2 and 3 sets of family, right? Some of us got 3 and 4 daddies. Then they got children. then they got sweetheart who got children. You see my point?
Yeah.
So you have to know what is going on. So you all are up against the forces of evil. I think you're going to need me to help you all negotiate. You all ain't got to pay me. I only want one thing. If Desmond refuses to negotiate, we'll strike. You know? Now, I have a text here from Monastery Park, and they tell me their lights are off. Are you aware?
No, I'm not.
Of lights being off?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't work in the power station.
Well,
so
you
I
tell
won't keep it
them
off or
no lights in Monastery is to be turned off, okay?
Yeah.
Mr. Monker, are you aware that Nema on Tonic Darling Highway will be closed down comes the 31st of August, and the staff will be let go?
Wow.
I was not aware of that, but listen, I have the solution to it. We're going to march. Can the union come individually?
Yeah, we can march.
You can march with us.
Yeah, we
You
can
know,
do that.
this is like a dry run for y'all. It's a nice march in motorcade, right? We're going to meet at the Sudden Recreation Ground, around about 6 o'clock. We're going to rally. Then after the rally, we're going to sally. It's a march and motorcade.
Right, right.
You ain't feel like marching, you could jump on one of the
And
trucks.
drive, yeah.
Or you could drive behind us.
Right.
Tell me you're coming. Make me feel good. Are you one of the women there?
For life.
Are you one of the women them?
Forever and ever, Mr.
And you
Bunker.
accept man leadership?
Yes, I do.
This is powerful. You see? I told the PLP they made a mistake when they made Alfred Sayers' wife leader of the woman them. I said, no, she can't be leader of the woman them. Who's the leader of the woman them?
Mr. Munker.
Don't you all ever forget it.
That's right.
And my brother?
Uncle Rodney.
Yes, indeed. So, that is what is taking place in the country.
Yeah, but Mr. Bunker.
Tell us some more things.
As a union, we know what we're up against. And
Okay.
we know the people we're dealing with. You know,
Okay.
but like I say, we have to be civilized about it.
That is
you know,
true.
and we have to go through the proper
And
process.
Desmond is a good man.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
very
And
good man.
every meeting with him, saying positive.
I negotiated
You know,
with him.
he mightn't say what you want him to, what you want to hear him
Yeah.
say, but you get the feeling that hey, this man is fair.
Yeah.
This man understands what you are saying.
Yeah.
This man is gonna do something
Yeah.
to take BPL to a better place. That's the feeling I get when I talk to
Did
him.
you get the impression he can reduce the cost of electricity?
Boy,
Well, I have the but I can't see now the thing now. Right back to this thing again with electricity. What it takes for them to reduce the cost of electricity, they got to spend some money to make some money. And in order to reduce the cost of electricity, they have to spend some money because there's a lot of stuff they need to do.
Okay.
You know, machines need to change. All them things need to be done. We keep talking. They got to change the machines to suit a better fuel. All them things take money. Now this 1.96 million could have gone towards that.
Yeah.
You
It's
see,
amazing.
it could have gone towards that.
Every time the FN is in power, major corruption take place. I don't know what's going
Seriously.
on.
But right now, the union want fairness in the workplace.
Okay.
Because we don't feel like it was fair for our 3 line staff with the least responsibility to have been dismissed, and those 3 people in the upper level to have been returned back on the job. And Mr. Munker would make it so blatantly nasty. They put them back in the same position with the same responsibility. It's like they flaunting in your face.
Wow.
So,
you know why, though?
therefore, we're going to let it take its course and go through the proper procedure, give them their chance and whatever. Like I say, the union is not condoning wrongdoing on the job. Whoever is found
On
guilty,
evidence.
and whoever is found guilty by evidence, let the chips fall where they may. But you cannot be going around chopping up certain people and always being the savior for the same people over and over. How much money BPL is going to allow to walk out of their accounts department
Wow.
before they put a deadlock on the door?
The fact that they fired Pamela, right, suggests to me that BPL really doesn't manage the finance of the company. Because when they fired her, who they left to watch the money?
They left the same people to watch the money. Who's let the money walk out the door? Nothing changed. You know, and they fired her now. Richard, I know she wasn't fired because of no money missing or nothing like that.
But that is the suggestion. I get the impression.
No, but they cleared it up. But I feel.
When they clear it up?
When it was clear. I heard it on the news.
F&M, and that ain't what
I heard it this morning cleared up.
Me.
Because I say that couldn't fly because that woman ain't never steal no money. She never had no involvement in no money. You know, she had nothing to do with no money. I think they fired Ms. Hill. And the union feels that Ms. Hill was terminated because she did not support those 3 managers being returning on the job. That's how I feel. And after they got this...
So, the F&M, slowly, the truth is emerging. The F&M fired Pamela Hill because Pamela Hill objected to the return of the political family.
That's how I feel.
That's what
I feel that. And I knew she objected to it because she said that she felt that the 6 should have been let go.
Okay.
She said that. She said the 6 should have been let go.
You were saying to me that Pam Hill has said...
Not 3.
But everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they ain't listened to her.
No.
She stood her grounds.
Yes, and on top of that too.
And then they fire her.
Pam Hill brought in the Ernst & Young auditors, forensic auditors to do the forensic audit of the accounts department. And after they finished doing their due diligence and completed their report, they even had the decency to give the woman a copy of the report.
So the government controlled it. Are you suggesting that she did not see it?
She did not see the report.
How you know that?
Mr. Monk guys go underground like you.
Okay. Hold on for a second. I want to speak to Lisa Johnson. Lisa Johnson, it is the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden, who have this Negro nation and this problem. Because he recommended to the PLP government that we should use BPL. Now, Lisa, watch what is happening. We have the Secretary General of the Union who's now confirming that the F&M has not even shown your American citizen who your president, vice president, recommended to take over BPL. She ain't see it. So I want you to see what kind of Negroes you're dealing with. You heard me, Lisa? I want you to see. There's no transparency. This is one big political game being carried out by my party as they protect those who are faithful to the party. Lisa, this happened before. Every time the F&M come to power, there's major corruption and scandal that takes place. So, Lisa, I want you to talk to Pam Hill. You's American, she's American. Find out what's going on and let us know, because I'm interested. So,
and then they had the audacity to escort the woman off the premises like a common thief.
How would they have done that? How do you escort her off? What would they have done?
The security, they authorized the BPL security to walk her off, make sure she leave the premises.
Walk her straight to the car.
Walk her
go
straight
back
to
and
the
get
car.
the car.
And then he went back for the car later or whatever. I don't know. But,
so she was
you know, it was humiliating.
Well, they only do that to her because she's a Negro.
Yeah, but if that's true, and they had a problem with a Negro woman being in charge.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a problem with a Caucasian person.
No, I had a problem because I saw it as a trick. When it came to signing the contract, they brought in white people. But when it was time to put in a manager, they leave a Negro lady. I used to be up and down BEC looking for her because I was looking for white people. And I could never find her. And that's when I realized this was one crooked deal.
Well,
all right.
You know, and it was really humiliating the way they dismissed her and how they treated that woman. It was terrible. All because...
You don't think Desmond knew about it?
Mr. Monk, I don't know what the minister
Listen,
knows.
under the Bahamas, in the Bahamas, I can show you Commission of Inquiry reports where chairmen have been accused of not complying with the law. And they have always told the commissioner ain't them. They was listening to the minister.
Yeah, but
the minister tell them.
Well, it's them who do it. Because if it ain't come from the minister's mouth and you bring it to my ears, I holding you. Now you got to tell the court who caused you do what you do. Because you can't humiliate people, and then how it was done whereas even after she was terminated, they left her out there hanging in the air. People saying that she was mixed up in the stealing of the money and all that.
Oh, Lord.
That's totally terrible. That's humiliating.
Yeah.
That's humiliating to that
don't
woman.
like black people.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember that, eh?
That's what you call black on black crime right there.
Listen, the blacker you are, the more they hate you.
I'm telling you.
You hear me?
But trust me, many days they're going to wish they have a palm mill to BPL, yeah?
You thought she was very efficient.
Very efficient. And with the little they gave her to work with, she did an awesome job.
And you had confidence in her.
Yeah, we had confidence in her.
The union had confidence in her.
When it came to that generation side with doing light, we know ain't nothing was going to happen because the woman she ain't come here with no big pocket full of money pulling it through customs. She ain't come here with no money. That is the company that the government selected. And until you remember when she went to Parliament asking them to increase the rate so that they could buy what they need and all that, it was rejected. Yeah. So we expected the electricity issue not to happen because
not to
the government not to be solved, I should say, because the government didn't have no money to contribute, and they only send those people in here to manage. And everything that was negotiated in the contract that she did not sit down and negotiate, which is the bonus and whatever the public was making noise about, that lady didn't negotiate that. By the time as she got that job to manage, that company had already negotiated those things. Just that she was here when the things were supposed to be active.
I get the impression, listening to you, that the union loved her.
Yes, because she was fair. Right now, you think if she was to be still at the helm and had full control and not the board calling the shots like they are, right? You think that we would have been in the studio lobbying for fairness on the job and fairness in the workplace?
So she's a fair woman.
She is fair. We would not be here crying. Yes. We would not be here crying and begging, asking the corporation to be fair and go across the board with whatever you could do.
Because she's been fair.
Because she's been fair.
Wow, that's powerful. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Hello.
Sir.
Mr. Mongo.
Yes.
How you doing?
Right here.
Mongo, you know, from time after time, good afternoon to your guests. The F&M government has been union busting for years, and nothing changed. The union needs to stand up and understand what's going on and grow, you know, those things you call cohingas or grapefruit. That's the road raid, y'all, if y'all don't understand what's going on. The F&M government never liked the union, and they don't respect the union, and y'all sit back and relax, think they respect y'all. Y'all will be dreaming at the end of the day, and people will be marching out of that company. Y'all need to stand up and understand what's going on.
We thank you for your comment. Well, that caller seems to have raised an alarm.
Yeah.
But tell me some more about Pamela Hill. What kind of person was she?
She was one of a kind.
Really? So the union regretted that the F&M fired her?
Yeah, Mr. Monica, stop saying the F&M fired her. Let's not make it so political.
But it is. Who in here is F&M?
I understand, right? But I mean,
is F&M.
I don't want this to be a political fight that we involved. You know, I don't want it to be seem that we political or whatever. We're just a union fighting for our rights.
The board is political.
Yeah, but the board is political.
You met with the board and you never even asked the board to show you their instrument of appointment.
Mr. Munker, you know and I know, in this type of environment we in, they do whatever they want to do, and the only way they understand, the only way governments per se, even your bosses on the job would understand, if you get out there and you have to carry on bad, you have to embarrass them. Sometimes you got to bully them into doing the right things, and it shouldn't be like that.
I agree with you.
It shouldn't be like that, because these people could do what they want to do at the end of the day for free, But the union is here to make sure it don't be an easy ride.
This is powerful.
It's not going to be an easy ride, and at some way through there, you going to find reasoning, and you have to catch yourself, and you have to do what is right.
During board meetings, you've attended board meetings?
No, we don't attend their board meetings.
They invite you to meetings?
Not really.
Do you all sit down with the board? Nothing? You've never sit
Not
down
the board. The board. We'll meet with the board if they request us and they want to.
Has that ever
say
happened?
something? Yeah, that happened before.
How is what is the name of the judge husband?
Mr. Bethel.
How's Mr. Bethel on the board? Is he cool? Is he calm? What kind of Negro is he?
He's aggressive, very aggressive.
Yeah.
He's very aggressive.
Yeah, he's very aggressive.
Very hostile.
I wouldn't say hostile.
No.
He is very aggressive
What
and
do
to
you
the
mean by
point.
that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? He's intolerant with the Negroes?
He's to the point and he's aggressive.
And he's very...
And he let you know how he feel right there.
Is he intolerant
That's how he is.
with you Negroes?
I mean, we never had no issues to say, you know, but speaking with him, he's a very aggressive person.
He's very aggressive.
He means business.
He means business.
Right.
This is powerful. Hello! Welcome to Freedom March. Hello!
Yeah, a quick thing, Mr. Monka.
Yes?
I know the BPL reports, the lady was saying that they already got some reports, but this whole thing seems to be some type of big joke because these 3 staff they let go, they seem to, if they had anything to do with it, the evidence would have already came up by now. So all this time would pass, and I don't know if they're trying to like produce something so that they could make a statement to say why they let them go, because it'll look bad if they bring them back. But someone told me that what happens is if you have a manager and they trust you to do your work, when they're supposed to check it, they wouldn't check it because they trust you. So I don't know if it was a trust situation, why those persons, even though they don't have their signature on the checks, they still the ones that process it. And because their manager trusts them, they could sign off on the check.
Wait.
I thank you for your...
How did they process?
Is there anybody else?
He's
Hello, welcome to Freedom Match.
What he's saying is...
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Monko. How you doing, sir?
Right, yes, sir.
All right, good afternoon to the guests from the union.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, speak. The clock is running out. Speak.
Okay, all right, sorry. I'm listening to the conversation. I just wanted to chime in and make one comment.
Go ahead.
As it relates to Pamela Hill.
Okay.
The former lady in charge at BPL.
Yes.
I believe that she was done an injustice.
Really?
In all honesty.
Okay.
And it didn't just start now. It started under the government that I support. I believe that if she were given the resources that she required in order to make the capital injection into BPL, then she would have been able to put in place the equipment. She would have been able to put in place the personnel. She would have been able to restructure the BPL environment to ensure that it had short-term, medium-term, but most importantly, long-term success.
Wow.
That would have benefited the Bahamian people and represented at the end of the day a reduce in electrical costs and a consistent supply of good electrical supply right across the country. Unfortunately, she wasn't granted that opportunity, and clearly to me, she was made a scapegoat on many instances who actually took the fall and the brunt of the complaints from the Bahamian public. But that's unfair because if you bring someone in, provide them with the resources, if it's promised in that business plan. Unfortunately, the Bahamian people has yet to see or yet to have revealed to them what are the details inside the business plan that cost the government of the Bahamas, which is by extension the people, almost $1 million. We need to know what is in that document.
Wow. Very. Yes. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Hello. Don't take no more call.
See, just like the caller
this
said.
This is how much minutes left.
Right, just like the caller said. The same thing I was telling you. We all know that this electricity power generation system wasn't going to improve under Ms. Hill because Ms. Hill never got what they needed, which was money.
Yep.
So in the meantime, what she did, she worked on the staff, on the administration staff. She did a lot of good. She did a lot of restructuring and all of that stuff like that.
A lot of programs.
A lot of programs. We did a lot of training. People are training.
Lunch and learns, travels.
The line staff got training that they never had before. You're going to be on that job sometime 25, 26 years and never be in the training. She was there for a year and some months. Some of those people that had training over and over and over.
Wow.
One time ago, used to have managers going on the line staff training courses.
You better let him say something
Right.
quickly because the clock is running.
Like I say, and I could, like Madam Secretary General says, could you imagine somebody buy your car and tell you, say, this is your car here, but I have the key?
Wow.
And that's all it was, you know.
So she was a good woman.
Yes. Excellent woman.
I know
Partner.
we're happy
I'm talking about you could
to
walk
work
straight
with
into
her.
Miss Hill office first thing in the morning. Miss Hill, I feel this is a good idea.
Open
and
door
she
policy.
runs with that.
Wow.
meet you
Miss Hill, I
once.
know the school needs something. She run with that.
That's right. Always willing. Before she come, I mean, BC was a corporate thing. BC never received a gift to the public, hardly per se like that. They selected who they dealt with and stuff. You know, they had little programs and things. But this woman and her two colleagues, they extended it. They extended it.
Today, my special guest was the Secretary General of the BC Union and, of course, the Assistant Secretary General. And let's wish a happy birthday to our brother.
To
What's it?
Anthony Quidine.
Yeah, Anthony Quidine.
Say it again.
Anthony Quidine.
Happy 13th birthday to you.
Right.
Tomorrow, I shall return to the Bahamas Maritime Authority. I want to show F&Ms. Don't mind the party. I have a surprise for you. I got a surprise because I'm investigating.
Mr. Monka, the union, this is our final note.
Go ahead.
We just want the Bahamas to know that we will not stop pushing for this fair play in the workplace. And we're not going to rest until we get justice for all the Bahamian people. And that's by weeding out anyone who's not good.
Tomorrow, join me.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.